and welcome. Happy New Year. I think I just crunched through my cough drop. Excuse me. And I have my tea and I have a tissue. So hopefully I'm all set. 2018 so far is kicking my butt. I'm feeling better though. I'm getting over the flu. I think I've had it since before Christmas, so it's been a while. But I really wanted to do a video, and not sure. It's kind of going to be an overview of the last 3 weeks or so. I hope everyone had a happy and healthy holiday season, and that 2018 isn't being too bad to you. I'm going to start off by showing you what I have to contend with. Hold on. Here. I have in the back of my chair here, Wally. So this is Wally, and he feels he needs to share the chair with me because it's just how he rolls, isn't it? Isn't it? Yeah. He has to be my buddy. See if I can put him back down. He's actually standing up. He's a part Dachshund Jack Russell Terrier mix, for anyone who doesn't know. Oh, good. Now he thinks he's going to have to get on my lap. So I get to move myself around. 2017 was kind of an eventful stitching year. I tried a lot of new things. I actually started a lot of things, and my whip list has grown considerably. I've got quite a few pieces I really want to get back to, and at the same time now I've got things I have to stitch on just to try to keep up. And anyone who knows me knows I get distracted very easily, and I go on to the next best thing, and sometimes things fall to the wayside. I'm going to try not to do that this year. I have, I'm not going to go through and show you all of the things that I finished last year. Number one, a lot of the things I finished last year I don't have anymore. Some of them aren't fully finished yet, but I'm hoping to finish them this year. And I have notes over here, so excuse me that I will be looking down. Excuse me, I'm sorry. I don't talk that much during the day, so I'm always surprised that my voice is really as bad as it is. Anyway, excuse me. I had 10 finishes, which doesn't seem like a lot, but I do a lot of large projects. So sometimes I'll throw something small in just to kind of get a finish. Because I'm more of a process stitcher, I'm not really for the end product, which I will show you proof of shortly. Anyway, this year I had 10 finishes. I finished, and 2 of those finishes are my favorite finishes, and I do have them here. Which, now all I have to do is find them. Oh, they're right over here. Just let me reach. These are little finishes, things that I did in wooden hoops. So this is Jay in shades of blue, and that's one of those broderie Angles alphabet patterns. And I did it, and I edged it with a beaded trim and lace and a fabric rose. And then these are butterflies that I punched out of magazine paper and covered with glossy accents and glitter. And it just has a white grosgrain ribbon hanger and a felt back, and it's embroidery hoop that's painted white. And I really like that. That's one of my favorite finishes. And my other one is also an embroidery hoop finish, and it's one that I did of the elves filling stockings hanging on mushrooms. And I really enjoyed this one. This, I think, was a magazine pattern. I can't tell you which one right now. But I put bells on the bottom, pom-pom trim, It's got a pinked edge with the blue felt, and then this is just a multicolored ribbon that goes around the outside, or is the hanger, sorry. Anyway, those are two of the finishes. I did my elephant biscornu, which I gave to my oldest daughter, Alexandria. That was a Satsuma Street pattern. I can't remember all of them. One was 4 lambs, which I got out of one of my older, I think, leisure arts books. I did the jeans and weenies, which I think is Plum Street Samplers. It was the jeans and weenies one. And I have Halloweenies in progress. And I have the other two, sausage weenies and the Easter one, which I can't remember the name of, sorry. And then I did Halloween Meow, which was a Glendon Place out of the 2016 Halloween Just Cross Stitch Halloween collection issue. Furnace is running, it's cold here. It's an oil furnace. I live out in the country, so it makes noise. I have a lot of, my house, I might as well tell you this again, my house was built in the 1770s. It was a stagecoach stop on the Great Northern Turnpike, and I have heat that comes up into my first floor of my house, but my upstairs is unheated. I have those heat grates in the ceiling, so the heat rises upstairs, so it takes a lot of oomph to get this house heated. So that's why my furnace is so loud. Not to mention I'm sitting in a room that's over the top of it in my cellar, which is an unfinished basement with a dirt floor. It's an old house. Anyway, to get back to my finishes, I did a Prairie Schooler Santa, I made some Halloween eyeball earrings, and I did a garden and a library for my Uncle Jim. There was also another small one that was like trees on a hillside, and I think that was all. I can't really remember. It's kind of off the top of my head, even though I could go back and look at my book. I participated in one round robin on Cross Stitch Finish Line, and that was a beautiful experience. If you see that again on Cross Stitch Finish Line, I highly recommend it, especially if Joanne Perry administers it, because she did an awesome job. I participated in 4 mystery sales. I had 44 new starts that I counted, and I had one I give up. And I'm only doing 1 mystery sale this year so far. It's the only one that I've actually bought and started, and that is Brittany of Ingleside Imaginarium. It's her Guardians of Notre Dame Mystery 2018 Mystery Stitch Along, and this is what it looks like with the first gargoyle out. And I do have it started, so I guess now I'm going to go into my whips. And this is what it looks like. This is on, I think this is 28 count Monaco, and I have to do the back stitching still, but you can see the frame for the rose window, and the first gargoyle is fully cross stitched, and I love this. I think it's beautiful. I do have some ideas of how to, you know, change it up a little and make it my own, and you'll just have to wait and see, just like I will wait and see. And I will show you, for this one I am using the Gentle Art Moonlit Path that it's charted with for the rose window, and I really like it. And I've actually incorporated this color into the next whip that I'm going to show you, which is my, let me see if I can find the right one. This is my Little House Needleworks. This is actually my latest new start. I just started this on the 8th. And let me take it out of the package. I have made some color changes. fabric changes, stitch count changes. But this is it. This is my house. The little hometown. This is Hometown Holiday Series. This is chart number 1, and it's my house. And I did buy all the charts. I have them all 14. Oh, I don't have the newest one that just came out, the Needle Workshop. I do have to get that one. I want that one, but I'm not buying it this month. But let me show you what mine looks like. I'm actually doing it on an 18 by 27 piece of 25 count Stormy Clouds Lugana that I bought through 123 Stitch. And again, this is what their picture looks like, just so you have that idea. And this is what my piece looks like. And you can see by my fingers, this is 25 count, and it's 1/1. And I've put some Petite Treasure braid in a glistening white color here for the snow. And I will be using that in most of the snow. But this, I've incorporated that Moonlit Path. I've used 3799 in dark gray for the roof and 645 for this trim. Because my house is a gray colonial with white trim. I have dark gray roofing. My actual main house has a slate roof on it. And I decided if I was going to say that this was my house, I'm going to make it my house. And I know that the little birds up here on top of the roof kind of blend into the fabric a little, but it's not too bad. And you can see the 1/1 makes these relatively small. So I have a few finishing ideas for this too. Because there's so many charts, I really didn't want 14 renditions, even ornament size. So I figured if I shortened it up and did 1/1 on 25 count, that I would have more opportunity with this chart. And that Moonlit Path, Brittany, worked out really well for the color of my house. I really like it. Thank you for using it, because I probably never would have used, or never would have thought of it. Now I'm looking for my Guardians of Notre Dame so I can put this back in there. She recommends 3 skeins of that, and I did buy 3 skeins, so I should have more than enough for the little bit that I'll be using on the Hometown Holidays My House chart. So I will pull up this next one. This is one that I started on December 28th, along with probably lots of people, for Chelsea's The Real Housewives of Cross Stitch on FlossTube for Chelsea's birthday. Congratulations on your your announcement for a new baby. That was really nice. Anyway, for her birthday, we started a stitch along, which is a sale on Instagram, and it's hashtag PC for Snowfall. PC stands for Priscilla and Chelsea. And if you haven't watched their FlossTube videos, they're excellent. Excellent. Anyway, this is what the picture of that looks like. It's a Country Cottage Needleworks chart. And it's a house. And it says, while snow is softly falling, gliding gently to the ground, our neighbors from the forest cozy up and gather around. And there's a bunny and a deer and some trees, and yeah, and that's the kind of environment I live in, if you disregard the highway out front. Because after all, this was a stagecoach stop, so obviously a main thoroughfare has been out there forever. It actually goes from Canada to just above New York City. And this is where I am. I've done the house and most of the door and some of the words. And I'm really enjoying this. I think it's really pretty. I don't do these kind of things that often, although this year it looks like I will be. I'm enjoying it. And this is on a, what is this? .25 count Wedgwood Lugana. So the fabric is a 25 count Wedgwood Lugana. See that? I seem to be getting into a bunch of blues lately. Go figure. And that I bought from the pattern from Down Sunshine Lane, and I bought it as kind of kitted up with the threads because it has some, I think these are Gentle Arch threads. And I think I talked about that on my last video. No, Classic Colorworks. So I'm enjoying that. That's a kind of an easy stitch. So that's where those stand. And then I've worked on 2 of my hades. Someday I'm going to do a video and show my hades and where I stand. I don't have that many started, I don't think. Well, depends, I guess, on your perspective and your standards. But I'm going to show you for, I think, Full Coverage Fanatics. They're part of their sale, like winter, is silver, gray, or fantasy. And so I've chosen to work on my Heaven and Earth Designs Mini Cheshire Cat. Now this is a mini, and its artwork is by Sheila Rayanne, and this is what it looks like. And it's all in kind of grays and whites and blacks. And it only has 16 colors. And this is the first one I'm trying that has 16 colors. And let me show you where I am. This one I'm actually trying a little parking on because there's not a lot of colors. My brain does not do well with parking. So as I'm doing my color coding on my chart, I'm actually marking the lower, I'm actually marking where my stitches are placed in a yellow colored pencil. And then I know that my thread is parked in the lower left corner of the next stitch. And this fabric I'm doing it on is Easy Guide, I think it's called. And it's actually 20 stitches to the box, and I don't like it. It's a struggle. But you can kind of see the leaves, oops, sorry, the leaves and the things coming through. And if you look at those over here, you'll see some white stitched areas, and they have a border of Krynic coming through them. So, yeah. And I've got my black and white cat needle minder. I had to put this back on a frame because I was just getting lost. The stitches are just too small. But I'm hoping to get a page finishing on this. I would really like to. But I'm enjoying that. I like that one. And then, this is kind of my favorite. I mean, this is my oldest Hade. And it's one I haven't really got that much done on, which is kind of sad. Right now I'm looking for a picture. There it is. This is Heaven and Earth Design in a Garden Shed. The artwork is by Irina Garmashova, who does a lot of cats. She has a lot of really cool artwork. And I can't get this page out of my sheet protector. I have this chart kind of dedicated to a loose leaf binder because it has 63 pages. It's a large format, which means the squares are bigger. So I can see it easier. And it is but it is a full-size Hade. It's not a mini. Oh, forget it. Here. And that's what it looks like. Okay, and take note of this pop right there. That little pot up in the corner. And you see the scissors hanging down here on the shelf. Let me pull back and I'll show you the chart again. And I'm using this for the 1200 stitches a month. So I should be able to make some good progress. And there's my progress. See the pot? See the little cup? See the scissors? And if you could see, I don't know if I can get the light to pick it up, but that's not all black. That's purples and greens and browns. It's really beautiful. And I'm enjoying stitching on this. And I'll show you, this is what page 1 of the pattern looks like, and this is what I'm saying about color coding with my colored pencils. So it helps a lot. And I'm doing cross country on this as far as by page. So I'm kind of trying to stick to a color and fill in sections, and it seems to go a lot quicker for me. And I've been keeping the fabric in my silk I don't know, sack from Darn Good Yarns. So, yep. That's definitely a long-term piece, but excuse me, I have to drop my floss. Okay, well, Happy New Year. This is my first video section of 2018. And as you can see, I'm showing you my journal that I showed every now and then in 2017. Back up just a little so you can see. Now this was just one of those regular composition books that kids use in school. Nothing special except that it was green. I put my name on it and a couple of stickers. And in this I had started logging all of my cross-stitch stuff. And what I did when I started my new journal was I cut this one down. I split it, but I'll talk more about that in a minute. But here you'll see that pretty much what I did was I had a page where I listed all my new starts and when I started them. I highlighted them and did some other things to mark their status. And new starts, I had a lot, front and back of a whole page. And then I had some other notes like on Hades and stuff. And then this is where I was going to start the 100 days of Hade, but I've been sick since before Christmas with the flu and a head cold, so. And here's Jessie Marie's birthday, Sal. And then there's the Stitch Mania. And these are my 2017 finishes, some of them. Didn't quite finish that. And then I have a few blank pages that are still in there. And I'm trying to get to the back of this journal because this is primarily what I used it for. Yep, I need to pull that right out. Easy enough to fix. But primarily what I used this for was my stitching log. So this was April. I had the whip name going down the side. And this is when I started it. I started doing this in April of 2017. And then I just colored in the boxes of the days that I stitched on each of these pieces. And that was how it started. And by the time I'd finished it, let's see, in December, well, December might not be a good one to show you. When it didn't matter how many stitches I was doing, I just filled in what I was doing. I was using Witching Hour for the 100 Days of Hade, and I also used in the garden shed one day. But anyway, so I made notes on the different boxes. And this works really well for me. I mean, I'd make some additional notes in the bottom. And there's other months in here where I made some other notations. So that system actually worked really well for me. So I decided I was going to continue using something similar for the new year, for 2018. But I wanted to be able to take pages out and put pages in and move things around, which I can't do in like composition or even a regular planner or notebook, or even the bullet journals that are so popular. They don't work for me. They're too stationary. Your information kind of gets stagnant. You can't be fluid. And I like to be able to, like if I make a mistake or I have something in the wrong place or I forgot to put something in, I don't want to do an index and show where maybe it is. I want to be able to put the page in. And I don't want to do it with washi tape and tip ends, because I've done that, and that's good and all, but I really like to be able to take my pages out and move pages around. So I decided I was going to use my ARC planning system. So this is what the box of the punch looks like. It's called an ARC system. It's a customizable notebook system. And this is a desktop punch. It will do up to 8 sheets. I find it depends on the weight of the paper, like everything else. And as you can see here, it does, let me pull this up, it does a T-shaped punch. Let's see if I can get it where you can see it. So it does this, it almost looks like a mushroom. And then what happens is there's a wheel system. And you, like this one, I've got all the punches punched, but I'm only using 3. I have one at the top, one in the middle, and one at the bottom, because I don't plan on using this journal. This is just, I do have to take my whips, my working whips, and create a page to go in my new journal that shows the inventory of what I'm still working on. So that's that journal. Now, the actual punch itself, he's kind of a big guy. He's a little bit heavy. This is what he looks like. When he punches, you push these double arms down. It does have a lock on the top, so you can get, the arms will stay down, you know, for storage and space constraints. And then to empty it, it's just a drawer here in the front that pulls out, and all the little pieces can be dumped in the trash. So that's what the punch looks like. And then, let me show you, these are what the rings look like. And that's really all you need, is to be able to look. And you can also buy stationery and covers right in the store or online that you don't even have to have the punch if you don't want. You can use, you know, pre-punch stuff. I like the variety. I like to do junk journals and things and add scrap paper and other kinds of paper, so I wanted the punch. The punch, when I bought it a couple of years ago, I bought it at Staples, and it was probably around $40. It wasn't cheap. But you can get them on sale, and I probably did wait till it went on sale. But the rings come in different colors and in different sizes. And as you can see, these are silver, so it comes in metallics. Different companies have this stuff out, like this is the ARC brand, but you can buy Martha Stewart, and different companies have similar objects. So, you know, sky's the limit. Like I said, I bought this at Staples. I'm sure you can buy them on Amazon or any other large stationery shop. But let me pull my 2018 journal in, and I will show you where I went with this. Okay, so what you're looking at is the, pardon any dog hair, because this is a heavy plastic, so it kind of attracts all the animal hair in the house. So anyway, I have black rings, and they're the large rings, in this binder. I haven't really cut it down. I have a whole bunch of stuff I probably will never use in here. So this is a store-bought, pre-punched piece of plastic. It's a plastic cover. It came in a package with maybe 2 sets of covers. And then this is just a little zipper pouch that you could keep pens, change, erasers, whatever in. And then I bought these pre-punched folders. It's the double-sided pockets. And I have some order receipts. And then a lot of people who do bullet journals take the time to rewrite these things, you know, like it matters. I'm sorry. You can get these things online and download them, and that's all I did is I downloaded it and printed it on my printer, and used my hole punch, punched the holes in it, and put it in my journal. And my printer will print both sides, so I have 2018 here and 2019 over here. And I'm sorry, I'm reaching around my tripod, so bear with me. Alright, so this is just a blank 3x5 card, and I just punched holes in the side of it. And so I have a little card here for like if I want to scribble notes down. And then this is New Starts and Details for 2018. And these are Martha Stewart. I bought these at Staples. They came in a gum pad. You know how it has the gum part at the top that it comes in a stack and you can pull them off. That's what that is. And they were already pre-punched. And this is a piece of ARC stationery that was pre-punched. I figured I should use this stuff up. And this shows my new start so far for January of 2018 and some of the information. And I should say here too that when I'm writing on these, let me see if I have my pens here. I do. When I'm writing on these pages, for the most part, you can tell I don't like, you know, mistakes and scribbling, but I still do. But I use these friction clicker pens, and you can buy refills for them. I think I got these on Amazon. And they erase with just the plastic top of the pen, so you don't have to worry about running out of eraser or leaving eraser goo. And here, I'll show you. I just make a scribble here, like that. I just use the back of the pen, and it just goes away. And it doesn't leave any marks, so I really like these. They work out well, plus I can use different colors, which makes my heart happy. And I'm sorry, I'm still recovering from the flu, so I'm not, if I'm a little monotone, that's why. Try not to cough. And then again, here's another section. This is the Stitch Mania list, 2018, and it's pretty much an overview of the Stitch Mania sales. And I kind of got in and looked at them. There's a few notes, not too many, and nothing that matters. It was just me trying to get an idea of how to use some of my current whips and maybe some of the things I'd like to start. And then, again, extra notes and a tab, and this is Full Coverage Fanatics list, and that's here. And then this is Cross Stitch Finish Line. And they're pretty much the 3 lists that I look at the most. Not the only 3 lists I'm on. I didn't do Nora Corbett's Christmas Eve Couriers yet, but I may put that in here. And then this is the Sampler Thread Mystery Sale, which the Linen and Threads one. I haven't started it. I don't know if I will. I would like to, but I have a lot of things on the go already. And then here's my tab, and this will be January. And here what I did was I have my sales and challenges. And you can see a lot of people talk about bullet journals and stuff. Well, mine's pretty much a brain dump. And so I was sitting and I was looking at the Stitch Mania sales for January and the Full Coverage Fanatic stuff no, this is still Stitch Mania. Full Coverage Fanatics is over here. Here's Cross Stitch Finish Line. And then this is Eagleside Imaginarium, Guardians of Notre Dame. I always want to say Guardians of the Galaxy, but oh well. So if I ever say that and I don't catch myself, I mean Guardians of Notre Dame. And what I did is I just went back in and I wrote the months in. So like for Halloween, I think this month is pumpkins. So when I work on one, I'll check it off. And then I'll just be able to see what kind of things I did. For Christmas all year round, I still have to finish the beads on Rudolph. And I intend to work on that some. For the temperature cell, I've been writing the temperature in on my thermometer at 8 o'clock in the morning. And I'll show that to you when I get into my weekly spread. And so that's all I'm doing here, is I have a list of cells. This may have to be updated or changed, and if I decide to do that, then it'll be nice to be able to slide a page in. And you can do the same thing with a ringed binder. That's not going to matter so much. Now this is kind of personal, but these are my, this is a monthly finance tracker. It was a free PDF I got through Christian Planner. And I kind of modified it to be my thing. So at the bottom, I wrote in my subscriptions. And in the top, it's just the things that I bought for cross-stitching and for crafting, because this is stamps and dies from Heartfelt Creations. And then we'll get into this page, where is kind of what I showed you in my 2017 binder. And so here I've got the pieces that I've worked on so far in January. And the reason there's color boxes, and I brought my pencil, some of my pencils. I have a lot of color pencils. These are just a few of them. But what I'll do is I'll take my colored pencils and I'll pick a different color each day if I'm working on the same cell or the same piece in subsequent days. I'll use a different color. Like here you can see that with the Little House Needlework My House piece that I started. I had orange, yellow, and then pink because I worked on it 3 days in a row. And by doing this, I can go back and count my stitches that are in orange and know how many stitches I put in on it on the 8th, should I want to. Likewise on the 9th and the 10th. And I find that that helps a lot. And like here, I'm doing the 1,200 stitches a month challenge on Full Coverage Fanatics. And I haven't counted how many I did in this orange block, but here in this block, I wrote in that I'd count 584. And this is on my in the garden shed, which I always have to think about because I call this garden party because it's a bunch of cats messing around in a garden shed. And they're having one heck of a party. But anyway, so that's how I use my handwritten spreadsheet, kind of. And down here I make any notes that pertain to it, like even what cell I'm on, like the Little House Needlework My House. I can post to that Facebook group, LHN CCN, I think, Country Cottage Needlework, that Facebook group. Or I can also, the Little House Needlework is my series with a house in it. That's Cross Stitch Finish Line cell. I'm very bad at keeping up online with cells and stuff. I know what I'm doing, but I don't always take the time to post. Likewise with Instagram. I'm just really bad at it. And I've had a blog probably since blogs started, since personal blogs. There's Wally jumping around. Since personal blogs started, It's Cambridge Gifts by Kelly at blogspot.com. But I don't keep it up to date. Since I've started back in cross-stitching, I've rarely posted to it. I used to keep really up to date when I was doing doll making. I am thinking about going back to that, though, because I did really enjoy it. My problem is I'm retired, and I still can't find enough hours in the day to do everything I want to do. Okay, so here's my weekly spread, and this is a weekly cross-stitch. And I'm not zooming you in on this, I'm just telling you what this is. This isn't really personal stuff, although every now and then I may throw something personal in, I don't know. But these are my monthly goals, so I wrote a few goals here. I complete the January Guardians block, work on the Country Cottage Needleworks Winter, the hashtag PC Winter Snowfall Sal, and then the Full Coverage Fanatics. There's the Gray Silver Fantasy Sal that I'm using my Cheshire Cat Whip, and then Full Coverage Fanatics by the Numbers in the Garden Shed. So these are just my goals. And then Rudolph, I want to use that as part of Christmas All Year Mania until it's finished. And then down here at the bottom, I have a list of pieces I would like to finish this year. Things I want to start, which I have started at my house. And then over here, I have a list, it's kind of my wish list of charts I would like to buy. And I really would love that Farmhouse Christmas series that's coming out this year. So anyway, and then on here is where I'm writing the temperature at 8 o'clock in the morning. So on Monday the 1st, it was 17 below zero. On Tuesday the 2nd, it was 15 below zero. On Wednesday the 3rd, it was 5 degrees. Thursday, it was 14 degrees. Friday, it was 5 degrees. Saturday, it was 1 degree. Sunday, the 7th, it was minus 19 degrees. And these are not wind chills, these are direct temperatures because I have an outside thermometer that I can read on a gauge in my kitchen. And then that was 21 degrees. Tuesday, it was 39 degrees. Yesterday, it dropped back down to 8 degrees. And then this morning, lo and behold, it was 41 degrees. That's December 11th. So welcome to the Great Northeast, where temperatures are subject to change. We've had quite a bit of snow, and so that's all we're doing. You know, every day, just wake up and deal, just like anywhere else. But this is what the daily looks like that I'm using. And I kind of write in here when I take my vitamins and how much water I drink and stuff. That's all personal stuff. And I have it done up until probably the end of May. But this really works for me. I like this kind of planning system. It does have, trying to get back to my zippered pouches. It has zipper pouches you can buy. It has all kinds of things. It's really a complete system. And you can buy as much or as little as you want. So, I hope that you enjoyed that. Maybe it gave you some ideas. And now, let's go back to my FlossTube. Thanks. And then I can show you my Jabbar. This is the chart that I designed myself from a photo of my fur baby Jabbar. He passed away a few years ago. He was a really pretty cat. I guess that's all I have to say about him. I will show you, this is what the chart of his picture looks like. I limited it to 25 colors. This this is what my work piece looks like so far. And my sheet of paper out here. This is what Jabbar looks like so far. Looks a little scary right now, but I think he's going to fill in just nice. And he did have a pink nose, so it's got shades of pink and violet. It's funny because a lot of this this color here is actually a very light blue. And then he's got antique violet and baby pink. But I'm loving that. I think that's coming out just great. And I'm enjoying working on that, and that's taken up quite a bit of my time. Which is probably why I haven't made a lot of progress on some other things. Is because I really want to get Jabbar. I would really like to get Jabbar finished. Oh, and I was going to show you this too. So this is the pattern maker software that I've been using. And I bought it on Amazon. And it's just the hobby one. It's not the professional one because I don't intend to ever, you know, mass produce my patterns. Unless somebody really wants a copy of it because they like it. But this is, it's just a CD. And you put it in your computer. And Bob's your uncle. I haven't done anything fancy with it so far. I've just made Jabbar. I scanned it. Well, I had a picture of Jabbar in a file on my computer. And I copied it into the program. And that was pretty much all. Okay, well, you have to edit it down a little bit, especially if you don't want background. Because background can be a painful thing. Anyway, yeah, those are the things that I've worked on. People have been showing ornaments that they've made, and I guess I just showed a couple ornaments with the hoops. But I found these in my Christmas box, and I thought I would show these to you. I made these back probably in the early 1980s when my kids were very little. And I still have one upstairs that I haven't done, and it's of a Christmas tree. And they're kind of dirty and the worse for wear, so you'll have to excuse that. But this was a kit that you could buy, and that's a train. And then I have, of course, my mother was still alive at this time. I have the one with the cardinals. And it's just a wooden frame. I didn't do anything fancy, that's for sure, back then. My kids were still little. But it was a lot of fun. So, and I've been doing this a long time. And let's see. Oh, I do have a little bit of haul. Not a lot. Let me get it over here. I now have all of my reindeer patterns for Nora Corbett's Christmas Eve Couriers. I'm back. Ran out of room. So I was saying I bought all of Nora Corbett's Christmas Eve Couriers. And the last one that I got was Cupid. So now I have them all. All I have to do is do them. And I bought, now I found a needle, so I'm trying to just put my needle back into something so I don't wind up stepping on it. Now, or jamming it into my finger. I bought some threads and things, nothing fancy or exciting, just some colors I knew I was running out of. I did get my coloring cotton floss. I know several people have shown this already because I think it came in December. I don't think I showed it. I don't know. At this point, I'm hoping to get back to weekly videos so that I'm more up to speed on my own stuff. But these are some beautiful colors. I absolutely love them. There's chiffon. This powder room, which is beautiful. There's barnwood. Eggplant. And midnight blue. Gorgeous. And then just this week, my Color and Cotton month subscription came in, my monthly subscription. And I'm on the 16 or 18 count, any color. And this one is called Oasis. And it comes with a nice little band on it. And it says on the back what it is. And it also says, fabric is color fast, which I really like. But this is Oasis. Isn't that beautiful? Let me fold it in half so you can see the modeling. Isn't that gorgeous? I love that color. Saw that and that kind of screams like a beach scene to me. Okay, well, now my battery died, but I replaced my battery so that I could say thank you for watching. I'm very happy to be part of this community, and I appreciate that it gives me a safe place to share my work and get ideas of other things that I would like to do. I have been watching a lot more multimedia videos, and I'm getting the urge to get back into stamping and painting and art journaling and stuff. So you never know where you're going to find me next. So thanks for watching, and until next time, be safe, be kind, and God bless. Thanks for watching.